Welcome back to another episode of Scott's Quick Cash Class, and we got another good one for you. Today we're going to be talking about flex culture and how to go on a detox diet for 30 days. So if you're not sure what I mean, or you guys are new to the channel, every day I'm bringing you 5 to 7 minute videos talking about different financial topics. Never going to ask you to buy anything, never going to ask you to sell anything. Just here to answer some different questions about financial topics and give you some of my hard-earned wisdom from losing lots of money. So we're talking about flexing, and what does that mean, right? Back when I was younger, I would hear my parents say, we talked about keeping up with the Joneses. The problem is, back in the day, there was only 1 or 2 Joneses on your street that you had to try to impress, right? Because that was your little circle. So if maybe one of your neighbors got a new car, you got a new car, and then you'd be putting it out and you'd be washing it on the weekends, and you'd always have it ready to go. Or maybe it was a new lawnmower. They got a new riding lawnmower up the street, so you had to get a riding lawnmower, and you'd be making sure that you showed the whole neighborhood that. That was how it was kind of, for normal middle America. Well, things have definitely changed since 1985, 1990, 1970, even 2000. Now with the invention of social media, everyone is always out there trying to show you how successful they are, how great they are, what they can accomplish, how much knowledge they have. I'll be the first one to tell you is the older I get and the more I learn, the more I know I don't know, and the more I kind of laugh at my younger self of what I thought I was doing was moving me in the right direction, or if I thought, hey, if I accomplished these things or got these things, then people would, think better of me, or they'd respect me. But the truth of the matter is, the only person you have to worry about is yourself. Now, I say that with a little bit of clarity. Obviously you need to take care of your family and your immediate loved ones and your close ones, but the real scenario is you have no one to impress but yourself, right? You're your judging meter. And if you're buying things like I did back in the day, if you're buying things to impress other people or to give yourself a sense of accomplishment, you're really doing yourself a disservice and an injustice. So we're going to talk about a few things, a few statistics here, and then maybe a few actionable items that have helped me, and hopefully they'll help you. So one statistic is 61% of millennials say they'd save more money if they stopped comparing themselves to friends online. Because you see that new friend get a purse, you see that new friend get a gun, whatever that is, and you're like, man, I got to go do that, right? No, you don't got to go do that. You got to go invest in your future self. Number 2, 42% of Gen Z admit they bought something they couldn't afford just to post it online. I'm just going to leave it at that, right? I mean, we all know what that is. We're just trying to show off. Number 3, the average luxury car buyer making under $100K has $17,000 in revolving credit card debt, right? So somebody goes out and buys a luxury car and they still have $17,000 in debt. That just doesn't have your financial priorities in order, in my opinion, and in other people's opinions. Maybe in that person's opinion they do, but if you have $17,000 in debt, you shouldn't be buying a luxury car, right? Pay that off, buy a regular car, and call it a day. Of course, full disclosure, probably any car at this point that's brand new is considered a luxury car because how expensive they are. Number 4, 78% of people who make impulse luxury purchase experience buyer's remorse within 2 weeks. If you're not familiar with what buyer's remorse is, it's essentially just regretting what a purchase you made, except a lot of times they're non-returnable. When I was in the car business, we'd always have buyer's remorse. People come back 3 or 4 days later, hey, I can't afford the payment. Unfortunately, in a situation like that, in most states, once that car breaks the curb, you own it, right? So do some diligent research up front before you make those purchases. The impulse purchases, if you want to be a wealthy, successful individual, they cease to exist. You don't make expensive impulse purchases because that's just not in your DNA and you're not thinking that way anymore. And then the 5th one is social media users that were exposed to luxury lifestyle content spend an average of 12% more a month, right? So that's just one of those things where if you see it enough, it becomes ingrained in you and you're just automatically going to do it subconsciously without even realizing it, right? So that's why it's very important that you filter the stuff that goes into your mind, positive and negative. So we're going to talk about a few things, some actionable items that can help maybe move you in the right direction. So first thing is identify your triggers. Write down the top 3 people, places, platforms, websites that you go to that could be a trigger. Maybe that's, you see the Starbucks app come through, you see the Temu app or the Amazon app. Oh, God forbid we stay off Amazon for 30 days. But my point is, if you know, it's hard to fix a problem if you don't know what the problem is, right? So number 1, identify those things that you do where you get a spending mindset, a consumer mindset, and then write those down. 2, swap status symbols. Replace a high-cost flex habit with a low-cost or no-cost alternative, right? So maybe you want to spend a little money going out to the movies. Instead, switch that up for, hey, I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to go for a walk, or hey, I'm going to read this book that I've been putting off for a long time. Number 3, track your flex savings. So every time you say no to a purchase that you're like, you know what, that was probably a flex purchase, or that was something I probably shouldn't be spending my money on, write that down. Then at the end of the month, track that 30 days, whether it's $400, $200, $500, whatever that number is. And I know it's challenging to maybe put that whole thing into an investment, but do something with it. Maybe put half it into savings and half of it into an investment that you open up. But get that, once you recognize the problem, get that money moving in the right direction for you. And I guarantee a year from now, your future self will thank you. All right, so thank you guys for listening. We're going to finish up with the question of the day, tip of the day. Question of the day: what is one flex-driven purchase you regret the most? And how would your finances look today if you didn't make that purchase, right? And then 2, flexing is loud, wealth is quiet. If you want to impress people, impress them with quiet wealth and the ability to go do whatever you want, whenever you want. There will be nothing that is a bigger flex that when you're 40, 45 years old and all your friends or all your kids' parents are going to work and you're like, I'm going to do my thing. Hey, we're going on a vacation. Hey, we're going to go do this activity. Hey, we're going to go do this activity. When you have control of your time, that is the ultimate flex, because we are probably busier now in society and we have more options now and our time is being pulled all over. Having financial freedom, at least for me, gives me the ability to control my time, spend time with my family, and help other people. And that's really what I want to do it for. So once again, thanks for listening. If you like what you heard, subscribe down below, click the like button. Every day I'm bringing you some good stuff. Till next time.